Hello and welcome to the first episode of the show that we like to call It's About Time. I'm your host, Caleb Carter, and this is the show where those much-needed conversations get the platform to be heard. And today, joining me, man, this is one I've been looking forward to for a long time. I'm talking to the leaders of the COVID class, the leaders of the pandemic prodigies, the leaders of the forgotten few. If you ain't got it yet, I'm talking about the leaders of the class of 2024. Here sitting next to me, I have the president and Mr. Junior. But we'll get to that right after this commercial break. Stay tuned. It's about time. Hello and welcome back to It's About Time. Once again, I'm your host, Caleb Carter, and joining me today, we have the president of the junior class, Ms. Gabrielle Orji, and Mr. Junior himself, Mr. Antwan Vaughn. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming. And like I said in the open, I mean, this is a conversation I've been wanting to have. I mean, as soon as I knew that I got this show, I knew that I wanted to talk to the leaders of the junior class. But before we get into all of that, I mean, give the audience a little bit of background about you guys.
Ladies first, okay. Well, hey guys, my name is Gabrielle Orji. Everyone calls me Gabby. I am a junior psychology major from Arlington, Texas. So shout out to my DFW people.
Okay.
And I really do plan on, after graduation, helping at-risk youth and just providing more into my community.
And hello, Panthers. My name is Antwan Vaughn, your current Mr. Junior. I am from McMinnville, Tennessee. I came a long way. This year, we just want to reach out to all the juniors out there and give you guys a fair opportunity. We're working on many stuff. We are very excited for this school year. I want to thank Caleb for having me.
Of course.
So my mission is to become a judge. I major currently in criminal justice, and everything is going perfectly great. And we are continuing working and building for you guys.
All right. That's good. I want the audience to know who we're talking to, right? And to start off, because the reason why I've been wanting to have this conversation so much is because the class of 2024, I feel like we have the most unique experience. I mean, almost out of anybody, right? The class of 23, get out of here. Class of 21, stop it. You know, the class of 2020, I'm talking about high school. What we went through, it goes beyond words, right? But my question to you guys would be, how can we put that into words, kind of, going from high school and into college during COVID?
Well, I would say that it's most definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Right.
Not a lot of people exactly experience what the class of KPVU-24 experienced while transitioning from high school to freshman year. We didn't get the full college experience, and we didn't really get the full senior experience of high school. And so many of us, the majority of us, did not have a prom or a graduation. And so we are very looking forward, as long as Panthers keep the faith, keep on going, they're going to be able to have a graduation for sure. We are currently working on something that will be tremendous, and we're working on a prom for the juniors that did not have a prom.
Okay, now stop it right there, because I want to get to that later.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're going to have to save that.
Okay.
But Ms. President, I want to get to you because, I mean, Antwan just said it. I mean, COVID, it brought about a lot of challenges for us, but one thing that I feel can't get overlooked through all of it is the mental stress that it put on us as students, as people. So talk a little bit about that and how, what you had to do to kind of keep yourself sane through all of that.
Yeah, so definitely just piggybacking off of what Antwan said, the transition from being a high school senior to your freshman year in college and just missing a lot of monumental things that happen in life was, for lack of better words, it was sad.
Right.
And, as now a junior that can now sit here and say, like, we want more. And I think that's what PV-24 has been saying for so much so much time. We want more. We want to be able to bond like all of the other classes do. We want to be able to have some sort of connectivity. We want to be able to do things together. And COVID kind of wrecked us.
Right.
But it's not stopping us. We can make such a huge impact, even though we've experienced so much. And I think that's why we are such a persevering class. Even though mentally it has been very tough for us, we have not gave up. We're still here, we are still loud, and we are still trying to make something out of our collegiate experience.
Right, and I think that's a great point because, I mean, to that point of we want more, I never forget, I think I was on Twitter one of these days, and I saw somebody say that the class of 2024 at PV, I mean, we feel like visitors. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get that freshman experience, that freshman week that you're supposed to get. Right. I mean, we didn't go to in-person class. It kind of just felt like we were here to do nothing, honestly. I mean, we had to do online versions of class. And that brings me to another question, right? Because when we think about all of that we went through as a class, I mean, it's not easy trying to pull us out of what we went through. And you guys serve two different positions, although you work closely. So I guess my next question to you would be, I mean, what made you guys step into these roles?
Well, what made me step into these roles is that, okay, we want more, we need more, and I feel like that if I can get this job done, not for myself, but for the class of PV-24 and juniors, and make them feel welcome and at home and family oriented, that is one of my most main goals. I think we can overcome a lot together. We're better together than alone.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just feel that's what kind of pushed me into running for Mr. Junior in my position. Like I said, I love you guys. We've been through a lot. Let's get to know each other on a personal and family level.
Right.
Yeah. And, so fun fact, actually, I ran for sophomore class president freshman year, and I lost, unfortunately. And I wasn't going to step into the position again. I was, very discouraged and just felt like I couldn't complete the job. But I had to remind myself the qualities that I have, and I think that's what pushed me to become junior class president and, want to just do so much better and bigger. And I think definitely, during campaigning, I just made sure that I start, connecting with the class then, talking with them, getting to understand what they wanted to do. I, told them my goals, what I hope to implement if elected, and they trusted me, which is so deeply appreciated because now you see such a huge shift with PV-24. Right. We're having events. We're learning to shuffle. We're getting to know each other better. The group chat is way more active, just forming relationships outside of just the events. And that's what we just been wanting to do for such a long time. And I think just with our team, Mr. Junior, Ms. Junior, the junior class justice, and myself, we have done a fantastic job at just pushing the juniors to become so bigger and better and wanting to do everything that they did to do.
Right, and I definitely can co-sign to that. I mean, you guys have done a fantastic job. I mean, just seeing what you guys have done, and I kind of want to save that for after the break. But I mean, you alluded to it. I mean, we're gonna have a prom. We've been having all of these multiple events. I mean, it's exciting to see what the class of 2024 is capable of now that we've, kind of have a sense of family. But like I said, I do kind of want to save that. And right after the break, we're going to be talking about the prom, these events that we've been having as the class of 2024. Stay tuned. It's about time. Hello and welcome back to It's About Time. Still with me, we have the junior class president, Ms. Gabrielle Orji, and Mr. Junior, Mr. Antwan Vaughn. Thank you guys again for joining us today. And before the break, we talked about prom. We talked about some of the events we've been putting on, and we made a little package on those events in this little video that we like to call PV Street Talk. Yep. So talk a little bit about your senior year of high school and what COVID kind of took away from you in that aspect.
My senior in high school was a lot of anticipation for our prom, and everyone when they graduate high school they look forward to their graduation, but COVID took that away from us. I remember in my high school, I went to Bel Air High School, class of 2020. Our graduation was a slideshow on YouTube.
Wow.
So I just got to click forward to my part, see my little picture come across the stage, a little statement I wrote, thanking the people along, a little something. But it was cool and all, but it wasn't really like really walking the stage, shaking hands, taking your diploma, taking the picture. It wasn't like a real graduation, but it just took that away from me, that real feel about it.
We did have an in-person graduation, which I'm really grateful for, but we didn't have prom, so it took away my senior prom, which I was really excited for, and yeah.
Talk a little bit about y'all PV experience.
My PV experience has been honestly a roller coaster with the campus being closed down, and honestly, I'm just glad that it's opening back up, and I'm ready to set my homecoming out.
My PV experience from freshman year, everything being online and us not really having a Panther camp and stuff, and now finally feeling like we're getting the experience that we missed out on 2 years ago.
Man, so the experience as a whole, being a transfer, coming into 2020, like you said, being a transfer, I was left up alone pretty much, just to figure out everything by myself. I still ain't really had no tour. I had to hear about where a building is. I still don't know what stuff is.
And how would you like to see things, maybe change for the class of 24?
Oh, definitely. I would love to have an event where we can dress up and just step and look nice and flashy and dance and have a good time. I want a prom.
Well, one, I really appreciate that we're putting on a prom for us, because that was, I think, one of the biggest devastations of senior year, not getting to do that one tradition. But I really think that continuing to put on these events so that we can meet each other and bond over the experience of being the COVID class. I know that right now I'm a part of this initiative that we're trying to push for kind of unifying the class, and also just unifying the school and trying to grow and be better Panthers.
Right, so now we just saw that video, and we saw the students talk about how, their struggles going through COVID and how that kind of messed up their freshman year, but we also saw how excited they were to, have some events that are actually put on for the class of 2024. But my question to you is, I'm going to play devil's advocate right now, right?
Okay.
Because, the class of 2024, we got a lot of haters. I mean, let's call it what it is, right? You got people who always say, you guys should stop complaining, things like that, just move on. So that brings my question to you, Ms. Orji, because I know you specifically have been working hard on these events. Why now? Why these events now? Why have a prom now?
Right. So definitely during COVID, freshman year, there wasn't any in-person events. So freshman year it just wasn't going to happen, unfortunately. Sophomore year, we had an old administration. Mm-hmm. I know they were working very hard to pull it off, but at the same time, there was a lot of COVID restrictions last year. So it just kind of wasn't working out the way that they wanted to. But with the new administration and the new junior class council, we have been working very hard with the administration to pull off prom and, get a solidified date. And, I'm super excited. I know.
Man, I'm excited too.
I'm super excited.
I know you excited, Antwan. I mean, just look at your suit right now, boy. You clean, man. I can't wait to see you for prom.
I'm excited. I really am. I can't wait to see all of us for prom. We all gonna look good.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. Look,
Yes.
look, I ain't spending no money high school year. Trust
But
me, I'm
yeah.
spending money now.
Yes.
Don't get me started. But I wanted to come to this, Antwan, because you serve a bit of a different role, right? And you're kind of a pillar when it comes to the male community on campus. So I want to talk about, what is it to be a PV man? Because sometimes we can get misconstrued, right? We get a bad reputation. I mean, some of it is warranted. I will admit that. But talk a little bit about the PV man and what you're trying to focus him to become to be.
So this year, we are going to be focusing on, it's all about presentation. It's all about how you present yourself when going and looking for a job, when in search for a job. So I think within the Prairie View community, due to, several different students that are males, they already have the stigma about them that, they don't know how to present themselves, they don't know how to do this or that, due to, everybody is not in the same category.
Right.
So we all were raised different, we came from different neighborhoods, different times. And so we're going to try to implement this year, I will be having a Power and Success seminar. And it will also be Meet the Class Council, the Junior Class Council. And that should take place on November the 3rd in the Juvenile Justice Auditorium.
Okay.
So during this seminar, we will talk about key points. One, how to further or improve your career after college, and also how to dress when going and how to present yourself when going and looking for a job.
Okay, that's good. For those of you who are listening, that date is November 3rd. And say that name for me one more time.
Power and Success Seminar.
The Power and Success Seminar on November 3rd. If you didn't know, the Power and Success Seminar is also on the day of my birthday. So that's a great day for it to be on. But Ms. Orji, I want to come back to you because, I mean, just going to these events, I mean, you've been working hard. I mean, it can't be overstated how hard you've been working for the class of 2024 to actually, get their name out there, making sure we actually have a presence on campus. But I mean, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. And you talked a little bit about that, about some of the struggles that you had to go through. But give us a little bit more context on, maybe some of the challenges that you had to face to get where we are right now.
Right. So, right after I won the presidency, I was like, man, it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm thinking, man, our class ain't talking a minute. Like, sophomore year, we were just kind of...
Yeah,
we were just separated, and I was like, this is going to be one hard thing. But just because it's hard doesn't mean that we have to stop. And I think that's what made me just push forward and forward and forward. And I started small. I started with reviving our class pages. I started with, getting together the class council, because we didn't have Antwan yet. It was just CC and Faith and myself.
Right.
So we started meeting. We were planning literally in May. That's what people really don't know. We've been planning things since May and all throughout the summer.
Okay.
So, it's just our passion and our drive that makes us want to continue to go so hard for the class, because it was struggling to bring us all back, but the fact that we made the steps to even try was so big. And, just sending out surveys like, hey guys, what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about that? And having the amount of responses we did, we had over 200 responses of juniors just saying what they wanted to see more of.
Right.
And we were able to produce that. And I think that's been amazing. And then Antwan just came in and just continued on with the job. So it was just amazing to see how strong of a council we could be and how much passion that we truly have behind this. We were able to start committees, get our chairs here. They're pouring into their committee group chats and just making sure that we continue to progress and have just the amount of success that I know that we can have.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, because I mean, like I said once, but I'll say it again, because I mean, what you guys have done, it just can't be overstated. I mean, you guys deserve your flowers for all of the work that you guys have put in. And I mean, I'm more than grateful to you guys for y'all to be my class counselor, my Mr. Junior. I mean, and my Mr. Junior, shout out to Faith, who I know she was around the corner, but she just couldn't make it. But I mean, I'm more than grateful for you guys to be at the leadership of our class. And once again, I thank you guys for joining me today. I mean, this is an episode I was looking forward to since the summer. I mean, the class of 2024, underserved. I mean, just to put a word on it. And thank you guys again for joining. Is there any last words that you guys would like to have?
Well, my last words will be encouragement, of course. So during these hard times, I know it's hard, but I want to say that if it's great, it won't be easy. And if it's easy, it won't be great. You have to put in the work and effort and encourage yourself during the times when nobody else is around.
Right.
And if you are listening, I encourage you to keep on making this your goal, to get your degree, to find a job, and to become very successful in whatever you do.
Right. Whew. I don't know how I can speak after that.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all. But I feel like I'm ready to run through a brick wall right about now.
Yeah,
but,
no, I think my Mr. Junior said it all, but I think everybody's like, Gabby wins prom, Faith wins prom, CC wins prom, Antwan wins prom.
So prom this year will be in April.
April what?
You heard it here first.
The 15th.
The 15th of?
The 15th of 2023.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
It started
we expect to see all the junior class, the majority of the junior class there. You know, it comes with a few restrictions, of course, just like anything.
Right.
But we expect to have a great turnout for this. Most definitely, this is a tremendous event that we are having, and we expect to see y'all there.
Yeah.
Man, y'all just made me happy. I hope y'all wrote that date down. April 15th, 2023, excuse me. The class of 2024 goes to prom. And thank you guys once again for joining me. Ms. Gabrielle Orji, the junior class president, Mr. Antwan Vaughn, Mr. Junior. And that has been it for It's About Time.